we welcome you to this. This is the second online exchange meeting that we do in the framework of the COMANAGE Board of Replicators. And well, we are the same participants like the previous session, but we have new people like joining us. So I remember you that these sessions, the main objective is just to create, just to build this community of practitioners, a community of knowledge, and community of case givers and case takers around best practices on energy communities. So we would like to learn from the experience from all the members like involved. And also we would like to show you and to share with you the tools that have been developed under the project, COMANAGE project, in order to get your feedback from using these tools. So I guess that these tools, and I would like to know that these tools might be useful for you, and you could in the future replicate them in your territories, in your contexts, and it's very important from us to get your feedback from that. So then I'm going to present you the agenda of today very briefly. So as you see, we will be one pack of, let's say, of case givers presentations. As you know, always we start with a pilot hub from the COMANAGE project. In this case, will be the Área Metropolitana de Barcelona, and something that's new, that Área Metropolitana de Barcelona is going to present along with La Bastida. The La Bastida is an energy community. It's a real energy community based in Cornellà, in the Área Metropolitana de Barcelona. And also we would like from them to share their experience with the Área Metropolitana de Barcelona, with La Teulada. That's the program that gives support to the energy communities. And just to know how was this collaboration with them and which are the main challenges that this energy community faces. So I think that would be something very useful for everybody. Then we're going to, in the pack 2, we want to start introducing some thematic units. And we were thinking that just to talk about the energy poverty and how we tackle this energy poverty through the energy communities, how the energy communities are tackling this situation, that's the energy poverty. So we will hear Maria Margosi from Copability about her experience in Greece. And then Johannesburg will tell us something also regarding a specific energy community in their territory. And finally, that's something new for this session. Is we are going to present you on an available tool. That's our e-learning platform, and we will show you how to access to the platform and how to use it. And also, we would like, as I told you before, to get your feedback about this using. What do you think it's missed? What would you like if you have any request on improving this tool and for adapting it to your cities or to your communities? That's something very useful for us. So I don't want to talk more. So let's now presenting in the first pack of case givers. So the Área Metropolitana de Barcelona with Marcel. Thank you, Marcel.
Hi, hello. I'm going to share my screen to show you my presentation, if it's okay. Okay.
Yes, that's fine. I stopped sharing. Yeah, there you go.
Great. Good, I guess.
Yes, it's okay.
Yeah, perfect. Well, yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for being here. I'm going to be very brief because the thing that I'm going to be presenting, I think that's something you already know, but majority of you. And I think the most important or more interesting thing is La Bastida, which is which Clara will introduce after me, and is the new thing that we can let you know that we did in terms of energy transition and energy communities in in Barcelona Metropolitan area. A quick overview, as many of you may know, we are 36 municipalities. We are in a very, very small area, 636 kilometers square, and we are 3.3 million people. So
Sorry,
most
Marcel,
people,
but your
Yeah.
audio is not really clear. I
No.
can't hear you clearly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now it's better.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try to talk louder. Maybe it helps. We are 36 municipalities, 636 square. That means a lot of people in the same place, and also with a lot of energy consumption, but small energy generation. So more consumption than generation. That's going to be important because that means that everybody lives in tiny buildings, in multi-family buildings, and that has some impact on how we live and how we understand our realities. Tackle the energy transition. We first started with the upstairs project, with the creation of the one-stop shop. It's a place where everywhere can go and ask for any problem related to energy, which is called the tablado, the roof. This one-stop shop. Then we gave it more meaning, or we gave it more tools through the COMANAGE project in order to ensure the sustainability of all the energy communities that were starting to pick up, or just the people that wanted to put some PV on their rooftops. Well, the COMANAGE project, it revolves about three main ideas you may already know, but there's a toolkit, there's an e-learning platform, and there's also a DSS as well. Here you can see, well, you will have the presentation afterwards, so you can go in further to any of these specific tools you may need, or you can ask for without any problem. But I think that one of the probably the most important things that we created is a template for cooperatives and associations in order to legalize themselves as an energy community, or a shared agreement between private parties in order to share the rooftops and create an energy community. Then we have the e-learning platform, which is an open platform. We are still working on it. We still do not have the version the final version, but we think that soon, probably January or February, we will be able to register and start learning and sharing different points of views on there. There's also it's mainly online, but there's a field trip included, so people can actually see a PV installation and can give names to specific items on the installation and chat with somebody that is sharing energy with their neighbors. And it's more or less a 20-hour course. And then the DSS, that here we are looking at the DSS as a way to be able to redirect some questions that go to La Taulada every day, very simple questions that can be answered for a machine. So our idea is that the DSS can help us to clear some questions for the people that have any doubts. And then if the questions are more complicated or need more involvement, then we can send the DSS. Our idea is that sends these questions to the people that are working in La Taulada, in the roof, so they can contact the citizens, engage, and try to solve the issue at hand. And specifically in La Taulada, it's a one-stop shop. That means that we try to do cover all the aspects, let's say technical, administrative, legal, or economic aspects. And it's a face-to-face. There's two people that go around the metropolitan area in certain days of the week in order to meet with citizens that have questions. But we also have a direct line, a phone line, and then a WhatsApp or email. So they can contact us through a lot of different channels, and then we try to give them advice in the channel that they prefer. here it's how we try to integrate all the three tools in Metropolitan. It's very simple. That's the number of contacts in 1 year. You can see ups and downs. We kind of tied the ups and downs of the advice that we are giving to citizens. Let's say, for example, in April or May, we have a lot of people asking for because the energy prices are high. But then on August, people are on vacation. They do not care about energy during August. Then September and October, prices go up. People come back from vacation and start, asking questions back again. It's just how it is. We try to keep people engaged, but it's not easy. So far, we handed in 174 reports of people that when they come in, we get asked usually a lot of different questions. Most of the questions that we are asked are related to solar PV. And what we developed is a report that tells them exactly what they need, so they can take this report and you use it to say to any facility or to any PV installer, like, look, I need this. I need 4 kilowatts of power. And with this report, it kind of helps them to decide also which different budget that they are given, it's the better for their needs. And here is our let's say, or we can say our key goal is 25% of effectiveness. That means that out of the 174 reports that we handed in, 25% of people are installing PV at their homes. We believe it's a very high rate. Maybe you know places where the rate is higher, but we are quite content with this number and with this achievement. We are sure we can do it better, but it's the number we're working on, because it's the most repeated question every time. How many power do I need? Which installer should I take? Then they are really interested in doing so. That's for us the answer. And then finishing up to what we did as a singular projects. There's few projects that come in through the door and they actually ask different questions that are not what's in it for me, how can I do it. The question is not based on themselves, but it's based on what can we do as a collective. For example, we advised on multifamily building. They wanted to install PV and they are actually doing it. 300 kilowatts peak. So here I'm very, very happy with this case, because it's something meaningful and it's something that it's not for one building, but for the whole community. We ate a lot of small medium enterprises to change the roof from fiber cement, which is asbestos, which is related to cancer, for a new roof with an aid from the state. And with this new aid, they would have to install solar PV and also change the roof. So it's not just changing the roof, but for getting rid of the cancer-related roofs, but also for installing PV. Here we have 5 or 6 different small companies who want to make this thing happen. And finally, our main let's say big issue, or it's to help out or try to collaborate with a local entity which is called La Bastida. Then in English, I think that you can correct me, Clara, if I'm saying right or wrong, but it's the scaffold, which is mainly they wanted to create an energy community. They had different places in vision where they could install solar PVs, and we try to help them out in the technical aspects. And now, without furthermore delay, I give the floor to Clara from Bastida, so she can explain what are the challenges they are facing and how they are trying to solve them. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcel.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Clara Ferrer from La Bastida, and Ahmed Mohamed, my colleague that you can see in the screen. I'm going to share a brief presentation. If the sound is okay and
yeah, it's okay so far.
And the presentation also, I will go ahead. So we are located in Cornellà de Llobregat, which is very close to Barcelona. This is a municipality that has a very high urban density, and we have 90,000 inhabitants. We have a high social diversity, an average low income at home, with many working class neighborhoods, and with an economic activity that was quite industrialized some years ago, but it's going less industrialized and more focused to services. And there are historic social movements. So this background I think it's interesting because in our case, our foundation is quite recent, and it comes from a cooperative that was a construction company, and they believe in this cooperative model. So when they closed the company, the funds supported this new foundation that its main activity is to promote social economy in terms of cooperation, but also aligned with the values of the eco-social transition. And as regards energy communities, we have the role to promote them, to support the groups as a facilitator, and we are developing an inclusive vision because we want we need and we want to include different cultures and points of view in the communities and empower people that are usually less privileged or with less opportunities. And so what we are facing is a general lack of interest and knowledge. This is a municipality where there has not been a huge movement in energy communities, let's say, and so we are developing this interest through some activities and enhancing the dialogue. And what do we also have? We have a low surface available in residential buildings in terms of the consumption we are having, because we have a lot of condominiums, a lot of some high buildings and not that high, but and not much surface that is available to install PV, for example. So, but we have some companies with big buildings with large roofs, and we are in contact with the entity that is helping these companies. So there are no local energy communities as legal, let's say, consolidated. We are working with a group of citizens that is already like a motor group, like a first. How do you say that? Well, a first group. It's not an energy community already consolidated with an activity. It's starting. And also there is another energy community that is being studied, let's say, with some enterprises. And they are starting to identify one or more roofs to install PV, and they are studying this. What we have done so far is to act as a local facilitator, to create groups, to consolidate them. We don't know how many communities we can have in the municipality. We can have 1, 2, 3, or maybe 20 in some years. We don't know yet. We have done some training for the internal staff. We are a small team, we have done communication campaigns. We have done some workshops to raise awareness and to identify these motivated people. We are enhancing the local network to identify more roofs that can be generators and to motivate more people to join the first group that is already in process of being consolidated. But also to create new groups, because we don't know yet if it's good to have a very large group or some smaller groups, and that they can join efforts with some shared services, for example. So we are facilitating, we are working with the public administration, with AMB. We have had this collaboration with La Taulada, with technical support, but also to identify if there are some ongoing projects in terms of investment of PV, and we are talking to the citizens, and we are talking to the city council, and we are talking to the let's say some municipalities, Consell Comarcal, I don't know how to say it in English, but local administration. We are in touch with all the actors. Well, we try to be in touch with all of them. We are still building some new bonds, new relationships, and we are preparing proposals to develop some trainings, because we are in touch with also the associations of parents at school. We think this is a good way to reach a higher diversity of people. Also, for sure, we are in contact with associations and activists, and we have already had a network, but we are developing this network. And we are preparing some trainings also in an inclusive perspective, so to train people to include more diversity, feminism, anti-racist approaches. And this collaboration with AMB in the framework of COMANAGE, we think it has been very useful, because we had already some hotspots that we could have a look. And for example, this roof that you can see in the slide, AMB studied the PV potential, so we could transfer this data, which is quite more tangible and realistic for people to understand how many people can be connected to this PV generation. And so this helps to concretize the energy community potential with a first project, because this would be a first project of self-consumption. In this case, the company is willing to promote this, to be part of the energy community. And there are in this building, there is a private company, but also there are 2 cooperatives. So we would try to do this. We are trying to work in this energy community with private, with an association, with private companies, with cooperatives, and with citizens. And there is another opportunity with a municipal roof to maybe promote an energy community with other citizens. We are studying all that. To let you to share with you some conclusions from all this process, is that we need an holistic perspective, for sure. I'm sure you already know, but this means many disciplines, many experts, and to be able to communicate among them, we need trainings and awareness in these disciplines. We need more collaboration among the different actors. We think it's powerful to unblock many aspects and barriers, and to communicate to the people. We cannot say they are going to save a lot of money in the short term. So it's quite a bit challenging and different and difficult to communicate about the benefits, which are not so tangible, direct, and easy to communicate with a simple language. And we think we need motivated group, a PV generation or another energy service identified and feasible, because we have seen I have seen sometimes motivated groups that don't have a PV roof, for example, or we have some companies that have a roof that they can install PV, but they don't have a motivated group. So we think we need both, and support for sure from financial entities, from the administration, because it's a long journey, as you know. So we think we need these three elements, let's say, to try to summarize.
Thank you.
Thanks. That's all from our side. If you want to write to us, and Marcel has our contacts. And Ahmed, did I forget?
No, I don't see anything. It's okay for me.
Thank you very much, both. Now, because of the time, we have to jump into Diputació de Girona. That's another local authority in Catalonia that's also working on this issue. And meanwhile, if you want to start asking or putting your questions in a chat, you can write them. Otherwise, after this first pack, we will habilitate a billboard where you can also write your questions. But if you want to start doing now, in order that not forgetting from the first presentation, you can do it in the chat. So now it's Eduard Hueso from Diputació de Girona who's going to present their experience.
Hi, I will share my presentation. Please, I don't know if you have the latest version. Which one is this one? Do you see the full screen? Yes.
Yes.
Thanks. Yes, I will tell you about our cases and our challenges. The province of Girona is a region located in the northeast of Spain and Catalonia, and it's important. It's made up of 8 counties, 8 regions, with 2,221 municipalities and near 202,000 inhabitants. And in the recent years, the Girona Provincial Council is providing technical and financial assistance to promote the energy communities in these municipalities with subsides, feasibility studies, and all the citizens' engagement and campaigns. And recently, it has consolidated a network of 8 on-site offices to promote energy transition projects, also energy communities in this region. And I work in one of them in the Ripollès, in a small county council. From the year 21, we have promoted energy communities led by the public sector, and more than 16% of the Girona municipalities have installed, or they will do it soon, solar panels in municipal buildings to share their energy with citizens, with a tax payment system. This system is widely, I will tell you a little bit more, but the municipality installs the solar panels in the public buildings and provide energy to these buildings and also the neighbors located within a 2-kilometer radius. This is a limitation of the Spanish regulations. And then the municipality announces the competition for the temporary assignment of part of the facility for the private use to citizen or small or medium enterprises, and they will set a participation fee, a tax, to share the production of its facility. And we are now focused on empowering citizens to and promoting energy communities with a legal structure and led by the citizens, like cooperatives or citizen associations. In these cases, we are giving support to the municipal council to transfer public rooftops and also installations to the local energy communities. This established as a non-profit legal entities. The first model has also a lot of strengths, like the no legal entities required. It's a model easy replicable. Yeah, we have a consolidated procedure that all the municipalities are sure that they can do it, and it's legal and easy. Then it gives us security for citizens that they see the municipality are backed by this one, and they see a low risk, and allows easy access to renewable energy to the citizen, and doesn't not require any little investment from the citizen, and has a high pedagogical value, and it can be used like exemplary projects and to overcome the challenges in these initial projects. Also have limitations in terms of growth capacity. Municipalities don't have so much rooftops, and also all the limitation of has been a public administration and all the legal processes. And also is not a legal entity, then cannot access to heights, specific heights. And we are seeing some lack of citizen engagement. In the other hand, the other model is, we can see a true citizen empowerment, and like the public-private collaboration accelerates the start of the energy community. I will show you some examples. But we are finding difficult to finding large rooftops a part of that the municipality can give to the community. And it has a very important growth potential, but limited by this one. Well, there is a legal entity, and we are finding some weaknesses, like that requires a lot of involvement and learning and expertise from the citizen, no? And some projects may generate some distrust or uncertainty by the rest of the people of the municipality, and also the difficulty obtaining the capital for the investments. Well, to consolidate the municipal model and promote these citizen-led projects, the Diputació de Girona give support to all the municipalities that has their covenant signatories, that in the development of their sustainable energy and climate action plans, and taking into account energy communities and share energy projects on it. Then we give technical support by the county energy transition offices, and also the assistance service plan for the municipalities. That includes feasibility studies, technical reports, and executive projects. Also, the Diputació give grants to the municipalities, not to the citizen, to those actions planned, and then can give grants to these solar energy projects. And recently, we published some tools for promoting the energy communities led by the citizen. Three guides to supporting the constitution of the selection of the legal figure, to analyze the economic viability of the collective photovoltaic projects, and one for the municipalities supporting the transfer of solar installations or roofs to the local energy community. And also we are participating in some projects for learning, improvement, exploration of opportunities, like Reschool, citizen renovation, or Some for All, to analyze the flexibility market, the citizen engagement, retrofit, energy poverty, and also the COMANAGE, to learn about other projects. The results we have been this municipal solar photovoltaic installation shared with the citizen has been wide expanded. These graphics are from the mid of 24, but nowadays the most of under construction we see in these are now in the legalization and or activation phase, and more than of the planet, more of the 50 of the planet projects have already received financial support, and we are helping those projects to become a reality in next year. This model has been expanded, and is proving to be easier in medium and small municipalities with a low population, large facilities that allow the coverage of the entire municipality with the radius of 2 kilometers. And the initial pilot projects are helping to stabilize the methodology with energy distribution and supply companies, as these first cases are the first ones that we are learning both municipalities and also these companies to do the projects. In the other hand, there are some citizen-led initiatives. We are seeing that little by little citizens are emerging and become consolidated, but it's a difficult task, and are a few initiatives that can be led by citizens. All the rest are giving with the support of led by the municipality. As example, I will show you one of the first ones, like the first advising citizen initiative has been this in Montolivet. This is a small neighborhood supported by the city council that has given the school roof to the community, and it has inspired and advised many other citizen projects that we have seen in the other map. Also, with great citizen effort, there are pioneering communities, not examples that are few initiatives that working in exitous projects with the support of the administration on second level structures like Zona Energia Cooperativa that are giving them support. And also, we are advising municipalities on methodologies tailored to each project, like this one, that the municipality wants to find the legal process for tendering the concession of the management, the operation, and the maintenance of the photovoltaic installation installed in the roof of the municipal sports pavilion. We have assessed this municipality, and now that has finished this project, and Energia Sant Joanina are taking the installation and trying to start to share the energy with their members. The municipal model, as conclusions, is well established, but our aim is to evolve it beyond being merely a tool of economic savings. Most of the people that pay the tax wants to roll to the photovoltaic installation to have savings only. They don't look and don't want to work and make anything more that have the savings in their bills. But we want to empower citizens, demonstrate the feasibility of such projects, and inspire the community to develop and lead their own energy initiatives with administrative support when it's needed. But we recognize that driving these projects is a complex process and made even more challenging now with the low prices of the energy, and it's crucial to provide the citizen with all the necessary support, and with resources, knowledge, to have the confidence to promote their own projects. And at the same time, we are working on studies and cases of other collective initiatives, in addition the photovoltaic ones, that biomass and 5th-generation district heating networks, some participatory of wind energy projects or studies, and building energy rehabilitation and more. No? As we believe that the energy communities must go much farther than the photovoltaic. And no, the barriers we
1 minute.
the last
sorry.
one, the last
1
one,
minute, yeah, okay.
and the barriers we want to learn to go beyond is this one, no, to engage citizens and have they more confidence to make a energy community projects, no, then the lack of awareness and understanding these projects that are perceived as very complex, and more of the people have a short-term focus and some skepticism about the effectiveness and long-term of these projects. Also, the lack of incentive and financial barriers, including high initial investments for them, and the regulatory and legal barriers that we find, and also the difficulty of ensuring the equal participation, especially in undeserved communities. And thank you. In the presentation, there are so many links with examples and documents.
Thank you, Dal. We will share the presentations after the session. So for those who didn't send the presentation, so I invite you to do it, because then we will share with all the rest of participants.
Okay, mine is updated, the link.
Thank you, Dal. So then we got one question, but I see has been answered partly. I don't know if the first part of the question is answered. You say, when you finance projects, what rate of subsidy do you award? I don't know if it was addressed to the Área Metropolitana de Barcelona or to the La Bastida Foundation.
It was for Barcelona.
Barcelona, yeah, okay. Marcel, that question's for you. Is in the chat.
Yes, I'm here. Yeah. Okay. Let's say as metropolitan area, we do not finance any private projects. We only finance public projects. So let's say PV installations or in public buildings. Related to private projects, what we do is we assist them in any way we can. But as public administration, we believe it's not our role to subsidize technology that already works for itself. Solar PV in Spain, well, Catalonia, but everywhere in Spain and probably in the south of Europe, it's worth a while to invest in, because the return is in less than 5 years.
Well, if there is any other question, you can use a billboard or even say it just to save time if you want to say it. Okay. Well, okay, that was very interesting. Thank you very much for all, because we came out with real, well, the challenges and the barriers that we've been talking previously as well. No, the engagement citizens, the lack of incentives, the financial barriers, the legal barriers. So these exchanges are about this, just to talk about these challenges and to try to find different solutions that could have been undertaken in different places. So now we're going to jump into the second part that's more thematic. As I said, we're going to talk about how to tackle energy poverty and how we can tackle it through the energy communities. So we start with the case study of Maria Margosi in Greece. Thank you.
Hello from me. I'm going to, it's the presentation on, but I think I cannot control it.
You can just tell me when to move to the next slide.
Okay, thank you. So, I'm going to talk about the energy poverty issue in Greece and how we're trying to tackle it through the energy communities. So at first, I will try to give the framework. The term energy poverty, according to the European Union's definition, describes the households of inadequate or complete lack of access to energy. Within this framework, and especially the Energy Poverty Observatory of EU, we have 4 primary indicators for energy poverty. The areas on utility bills, hidden energy poverty linked to substandard living conditions, inability to keep houses adequately warm, and high share of energy expenditure on income. While we talk about the energy poverty, we have 2 emerging terms that we meet in every document. We can go to the next slide. We have the term of energy justice and energy democracy. When we refer to energy justice and energy democracy, usually we do it in the framework of energy transition. These terms emerged into subfields of social sciences. On the one hand, energy justice tries to develop and apply principles of justice on every aspect of energy policies, on energy generation, consumption, and safety, and of course, in climate change in general. Energy democracy seeks to offset how the transition from fossil fuels will go to clean energy by making this transition more human-friendly and environmental-friendly with the new forms of energy. Those 2 terms, in a sense, we have energy democracy that secures active participation of citizens and municipal authorities, and of course of small and medium-sized businesses, guided by the principles of energy justice. So, in this context, as I already said, and in the context of just energy transition, the legislation of the energy communities is considered as the main vehicle for this transition. We can go to the other slide. Okay. Energy communities are considered a crucial vehicle for this transition because it is believed that citizens' active participation in energy cooperatives will generate and consume energy, can play a pivotal role in combating energy poverty. So in this sense, we have energy democracy, we have energy justice, we have energy communities who can serve the just energy transition and to tackle energy poverty. So we will see some figures regarding energy poverty in Greece. The first is an indicator, as I already mentioned, used by also the EU, and it captures how which share of their income households spend on energy bills. We see that there are many fluctuations. However, there are some increase from 2019 to 2021. We don't have official data after 2021. In the other slide, we will see how households self-report if they're having difficulties heating their home during the cold season. We see that we have a decrease in this share, and also we have a decrease in the other slide, where is the indicator about how many households are unable to pay energy bills immediately. So on one hand, we have some indicators that are decreasing. However, the first indicator, which is the share of income that it is paid for energy bills, is increasing, and that's why we have inflation problems. We have increased great prices in the energy sector, and at the same time we have wages that are decreasing, or they're not increasing according to the inflation. So that's why the share of the income is keep increasing that we pay for energy. I also have to note here that some indicators are a self-reporting tool. So sometimes people who live in energy poverty, they don't even realize that they are living in energy poverty. So if we go on, we will see also another recent survey that I think captures exactly this. In 2022, there was a survey, and we see the majority of the sample and the responses reported that they reduce the use of heating systems, they reduce the use of cooling systems. There is even a 36% of the responders that said that they are turning off the heating even if their home is still cold. So this is the situation in Greece, and now we go to the role of energy communities. Just an overview. In September 2024, we have 1,742 active energy communities. The majority of them were founded under the first law of energy communities in Greece in 2018, and the others were founded according to the new law that it is applying from March 2033. In the map, you can see the distribution of the energy communities. I have to say that the majority of these energy communities, almost the 96%, they are energy communities where the profit is the purpose. I mean, they are working under the business models of feed-in tariffs, so they get paid for the energy they sell into the grid. And only the 4% of these energy communities are working on energy sharing business models. We can go to the next slide. So, as I already said, energy communities are really important for the energy transition and for the just energy transition. In this direction, energy communities can help by redirecting the benefits of the transition towards citizens. As the citizens become active in the energy transformation, we can go to the next slide to make it briefer. So the energy is produced locally from renewable resources, and in this way we reduce the dependency in external providers. Also, with the support of energy communities from the public sector, energy communities can provide free participation for vulnerable households and include them into their energy sharing models. Also, energy communities, even with the new European directives, have great opportunities into making efficiency upgrades to the houses and lower energy bills. And what's really important is that through all these actions that they do with the households, they can build resilience through the localized energy security. We also have to note that energy communities which in Greece or work or operating under the cooperative principles, they can pull resources from from the government grants or subsidies. And through their action, they also promote energy literacy and participation. I also have to note that in this framework, energy communities can create equitable and sustainable solutions because they can talk with the citizens. They are the bridge between the policymakers, and so they can address all the needs tailored for each local community that they where they operate. However, we have several barriers that we face in Greece. We have the regulatory barriers, we have financial barriers, and social, cultural, several technical barriers that also related with the regulatory barriers, and because we have very big restrictions on how much of our energy can be provided into the grid from energy communities. So in order to overcome all these barriers, the energy communities of Greece decided to found the Greek Energy Communities Coalition, which is called the DESMI. Is a national representative body of participatory citizen energy schemes with core values of democracy, inclusion, sustainability, and justice. And 2024, it was the legal registration of the association. In the next slide, there are some of the energy communities and other supportive organizations of energy communities in Greece that are members of DESMI. We have several projects going on in Greece, and we managed to include into the projects of the energy communities 20 vulnerable households which receive free electricity from the self-consumption projects of the members of the association. However, and I'm closing a bit, tackling energy poverty and trying to define the vulnerable households was not something easy. We tried to use many economic indicators in order to define the most vulnerable households in Greece. So at first we gathered, according to the research, the indicators that are used for vulnerability and energy poverty. We end up using some of them, the green ones. And we had one indicator, as you see, it's in red. It's the overdue debts on the electricity bills, because this is one that I want to comment more. To also see the great picture of the barriers that we face in Greece. Despite the fact that it's an economic indicator for energy poverty, if the household has debts for electricity bills, the providers in Greece didn't accept households that they had debts in their contracts for the energy sharing model, which is a bit contradictory. On the one part, the legislation is clear, and we have to include energy and we have to include households with energy poverty in our projects of energy sharing. But on the other side, providers didn't accept households that they had debts in their companies. Also, in the other slide, finally, we have some social indicators that we tried to apply when we tried to select this vulnerable household. It was the family situation, the vulnerable excluded social groups like immigrants, and the existence of members with health issues. This is from my part, I think. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Maria. Do you have one question in the chat that you can write it now, but we jump into the next presentation from Johannesburg, from Port Ladi, who's going to present a case study coming from there.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you so much, colleagues. Am I audible and can you see me? All right.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So I'll be speaking to the background and challenges identified, the implemented innovative solutions that we have, the Amarasta solar PV microgrid, city power as its key project, and ongoing gaps in knowledge and needs, as well as topics of interest. Next slide, please. So the main challenges for energy supply for the Amarasta community, it's energy saving process, which is called load shedding, which is basically inconsistent energy access, which particularly impacted local business as well as daily living conditions. There were constraints for a sustainable energy transition, and the susceptibility of solar panels theft, high upfront costs of about $60 million, which is almost R1 billion South African rands, just above that. Although the project is expected to pay for itself within 18 months due to efficiency and savings, there's also potential displacement of vulnerable community members due to increased formalization, as well as associated costs, which could lead to the formation of new informal settlements. In terms of the context of energy communities, the community consists of approximately 185 households, that's 500 individuals, within the context of the city of Johannesburg, which has about 6.4 million people. It's the most populous or most densely populated city within South Africa. And everyone flocks to here. It's a phenomenon that's all over the country in terms of metros and big cities. Within an informal settlement that is essentially transitioning through the introduction of sustainable energy solutions. The microgrid has a capacity of about 2.65 megawatts, with 1 megawatt of battery storage, facilitating about 3 kilowatts of energy per day per household. Next slide. In terms of the challenges encountered, there was initial resistance due to potential displacement and fears of the economic impact on the poorest residents, issues around paying for electricity, theft and security concerns for solar infrastructure. Were people going to steal these panels? The need for continuous engagement to maintain community buy-in and address emergent issues such as dust interference mitigated by road paving. Next slide, please. And in terms of our solutions, the Amarasta Alexandra project is a pioneering initiative that provided a structured electrification program for an informal settlement, indicating a significant policy and infrastructural commitment to improving access to electricity in such areas. The project involved close collaboration with national and local authorities to align tariffs with the financial capabilities of the residents, bridging the gap between policy interventions or policy intentions and practical affordability. Ongoing adjustments to tariffs show a responsive governance approach, aiming to make energy costs manageable for lower income households. The discussion around providing solar solutions on a lease-to-own basis for low-income households illustrates an innovative approach to tackling energy poverty while potentially generating income for these households. Those projects support multiple SDGs, including affordable and clean energy, reduced inequalities, and sustainable cities and communities by promoting equitable access to energy, to clean energy and fostering community resilience through infrastructural development. And also in terms of the project, we have an entity which generates or rather transmits the energy for the city of Johannesburg, which is City Power. That's also the logo there on the right of the city of Johannesburg. So City Power, one of its KPIs is this non-affluent residential market, which is essentially for the non-affluent residential market. They're focusing on these microgrid projects. So Amarasta is one of, I think, 4 projects, such projects within the entity called City Power. And it's a key example of a microgrid which provides localized as well as reliable power to undeserved communities rather. And microgrids essentially are localized energy systems for remote or critical infrastructure. Next slide, please. So in terms of ongoing gaps, our initiatives substantially improved access to reliable and sustainable energy in the Amarasta community, primarily by installing this amount of megawatts. This system ensures that each household receives approximately 3 kilowatts per day. Early outcomes have shown reduced illegal electricity connections and increased community investments towards permanent housing, and indicating significant strides towards energy security and community stabilization targets. In terms of lessons we learned the importance of community engagement in achieving buy-in for sustainable projects. Effective communication and involving local leaders and residents from the outset can mitigate fears and resistance, such as those related to displacement or economic impact. Furthermore, addressing practical challenges like theft or solar panels through community patrols and security upgrades was quite critical. In terms of gaps that remain in our administration regarding this topic, while we have managed the technical and social aspects quite well, there remains a gap in comprehensive risk management strategies that can preemptively address potential socioeconomic impacts such as displacement. Participation in the COMANAGE Board of Replicators rather, could enhance our understanding of integrating flexible financial models as well as legal frameworks to support the scalability and replicability of such projects across the board. Next slide, please. What information methods would help us to implement more effective policies? Well, further insights into successful triple P models and scalable financial strategies could be instrumental. Additionally, learning from other regions that have implemented similar projects. Have I been aware of other cities, or have we been aware of other cities where these policies are successful? I know there's Nairobi, Kenya, which has utilized microgrid technology to enhance electricity access in informal settlements, focusing on community engagement and sustainable energy solutions. Additionally, in India, Bangalore has integrated renewable energy sources with existing power grids to provide more stable and sustainable energy supplies in rapidly urbanizing areas. Adapting these models to Johannesburg would involve aligning the projects with local socioeconomic conditions. This could include implementing subsidy programs tailored to the income levels of Johannesburg's community and strengthening security measures to prevent theft and vandalism. So in terms of the assistance that we need in the city of Johannesburg, it's social and organizational, which of course focuses on the long-term engagement strategies, including do-it-yourself rules, participation plans, and measures to address energy poverty. Communication, ready-to-use materials designed to raise awareness and inform the public stakeholders about energy communities, encouraging participation and support. Financial and business models. And I have to tick legal, by the way, Daniel and Caitlin. That's also important, as I mentioned in a slide before that. We also need comprehensive guide on financial planning, including cash flow management, stakeholder identification, and risk analysis, ensuring economic sustainability of energy communities. And I think that brings me to the end of my slides. Thank you.
Thank you, Mpo. Concerning your last request, as I mentioned to you at the beginning, we are trying to share with you the tools that have been developed under the COMANAGE project. In this session, we will show you an e-learning platform, but the next session, we will show you the complete governance toolkit that includes all these different aspects concerning legal aspects, technical, social, communication, governance. So with this tool and two other extra tools, we'll try to give you as much as we can information about these issues. And also when you will be practicing and testing these tools, also we would like to know from you which is still missing and which could be useful for your community as well. But it will come soon, don't worry. So if there is any question concerning the two presentations, please be brief. You want to ask something? Well, there is a question from Eudal in the chat. I think that's addressed to Maria. If you can read it.
No, it's a response.
Ah, it's a response. Okay, great. Great then. Okay. So then let's jump it because we are a bit behind schedule. So now, as I mentioned, we're going to present you a very interesting tool. That's a e-learning tool. And our one of the partners of the COMANAGE consortium is ICE4. It's an organization who has developed this tool. This tool has been designed for the members of the consortium, but not only. So it's an open learning tool that it will be available for everybody who's interested. But you replicators, you have an important role because you will test these tools and you are supposed to come back with your feedback about it. So if you want, Ilaria, the floor is yours to present the tool.
Thank you. So I will tell you when to skip the slide, okay? Okay, so good afternoon. I'm Ilaria from ICE4, and ICE4 is the one in charge of the development of the COMANAGE, the training program, which is one of the 3 tools that the COMANAGE team has actually produced to overcome the barriers that usually the energy communities meet, and that usually consist of a huge lack of information and awareness. So that's why the training program is pivotal in this way. Okay, let's go ahead. The learning platform, as well as the other tools, is located in the COMANAGE Open platform. I forgotten to say before. It's just a platform where everything can be found in one place for free. It's fully funded. The e-learning platform is a platform that is supposed to be completely open. The course, in fact, is open to anyone who is interested in learning about energy communities. So starting from public administration, which is our first target, but it's open to anyone. The topics that it covers are the ones that usually are recognized as the most hard ones to gain. So the legal aspects, administrative, economic, social, and management in general. Move on. The duration of the course is about 3 hours. I'm saying about because we will go into detail later. The course has a common base, point of departure in English. The English contents cover those that are for us the common aspects, common for Poland, Italy, and Spain, which are the countries that are part of the COMANAGE team. And on those topics, the pilot will build specific contents for the specific needs. The course will present 5 modules. One is an introductory module, and then the rest of them they are covering the fields that we just said before. There is one test for each module, but it's not mandatory, so don't worry. It's just necessary if you want to gain the certificate. In fact, if you want, you can have a proof of your knowledge in energy communities, and you can also have the possibility to share it on LinkedIn. So the course, we said, is fully funded. It's the registration is required, but just for the registration itself, and no spam emails will be received. 4 languages are available: English, Polish, and Italian. Spanish is coming soon. And yeah, as I just said, it's not anything, it's mandatory in this course. So you can follow a model or a specific lesson in that model, and then skip to the third ones and then go back to the second. There is no order in this, so you can feel free to attend it whenever you want and how you want. Okay, can you please go ahead? And this is how we built it. So there are some common topics that we that provided in English. You can find it on the platform in the English course, and some of them, some of the titles that you can read here are for specific needs for specific pilots. So each pilot can decide on its own what to say on that topic. And so what you will find on the course is an English course which is quite brief, and for example, the Italian course or the Polish course will be a bit longer because the pilots build some contents on top of the English basis. The English contents actually have been translated into the other courses, so the Polish, the Italian, and Catalan. And yeah, so in case if you want to replicate, if we want to improve it, we just need to start from the English basis and then build it for another country that is interested, can build its own content on top of the core, on top of the basis in English, provided in English. Okay, so in here you can have all the links. You can click on the learning training course and have a view on the homepage. Actually, I don't know if I can maybe show them the learning training course because I can't enter it. So I can give them an overview of how it's looking.
Yeah.
Because I think, I don't know if you are allowed to go into the inside, but if you want, I can share it, the screen, and they can see a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'll let you share.
Thank you. Just give me a second. Okay. So this is a little bit how it looks like. Now it's in Italian. Let me just log in. Okay, now it's in English. And there are some things that you will see, but they are because I'm a manager of the website. So like this bar is completely fine, normal. So here I click to go to the course. And here I find the list of the courses. I mean, it's actually the same course, but it's translated into several languages with that difference that I mentioned before. Sorry. Here you will find the English one. And you can see the 5 models, and there are just few lessons for each model because I said before, the main part of the topics are on the specific contents, specific courses. And here you have the COMANAGE certificate and the link to share it. So if I click here, I'll go directly to the LinkedIn page. Thank you.
Thank you. If you have any question now related to the course, any doubt, anything you would like to know, as Ilaria said, it's very easy to access. It's not long. It's not a long course, so you can do it easily.
Yeah, super free. Super free.
Yeah.
It's just 3 hours if you want to attend the longer ones.
Yeah.
On English, it's just about 1 hour and a half. So.
And you can do it in different times, no? It's not
yes,
mandatory.
Nothing is mandatory, so you can attend the courses, the course and the lessons.
Yeah.
How you prefer.
And if you want a certificate, you should do the tests, but if not, it's not mandatory. And also it's interesting if you think someone from your community or other energy communities, or so especially local administration is more suitable, but also energy communities can also access. Just if you want to spread this training just for other communities that you think that they might be interested, or other cities that you may know, municipalities, local authorities. This is about replication. This is why you are a board of replicators, because we try to spread the impact of the project and all the products we produce. Okay, so we'll give you 2 months, because for the next meeting that will be on February, so I think you will have enough time after holidays. If you don't want to do it after holidays, you still will have some time. It just because for the next session, we would like to have your feedback. If you want to give us your feedback, before, you can write us an email or communicate with us. But if not, we will do a specific, in the next session, we will talk specifically about this, and we would like to get your feedback.
And of course, you can leave your feedbacks also through the survey that is here provided with link and QR code. So actually, in the survey, if you want, you can leave also your feedback on the other tools. But since you are not aware maybe of the other tools, you can just go and for the e-learning platform and give your feedback just about that tool. It's not mandatory as well to complete all the survey. That's another way for us to understand your opinion on this.
Yeah. Thank you. The survey is a good tool as well. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot it. Okay, so if you don't have any question, if it's clear for you, so now we still have some time, but just 5 minutes, just to, it's the participation time for the session. So we would like to know from you, which has been, your main learning today, your main concern about what you've been hearing. What is your impression of the session? Something that it's missed that you would like to tell us. This is like your wishing list is here in this billboard. Well, nothing in the chat. Also nothing here in the billboard. Okay, so everything was pretty clear. So I hope you will enjoy. You have enjoyed the session. You've learned something new. I think today we tried to give you some more insight on the topic. That's the energy poverty. That I think it's a framework where all of us we are also working. So I think from Greece to Johannesburg, 2 countries so distant between them. So they face the same problems. I mean, how we are showing how the energy communities on undeserved communities and with vulnerable population, they struggle for access to energy, and how these communities, how the power of the community can help them to overcome this situation. And I think that's another insight to these exchanges that I think that's also interesting. And also for us, I really thank La Bastida to be here with us today, because I think it's very important to know your voice, the voice of the energy communities themselves, or those foundations or associations that you are trying to help these energy communities to set up and to be sustainable. And because the big challenge is how to be sustainable. Once you launch an energy community, you're facing many problems and barriers, and you have to keep going on, no? And this is, I think, something very challenging. And here we try to understand what's going on, and your voice, your presence, your sharing, it's very important for us. So thank you again, La Bastida. Okay, thank you very much, all of you, for your participation.